Back-to-back races, here we go! I'm Chip from the Digital Grandstand, this time with the preview and predictions for the 2017 Formula 1 Japanese Grand Prix. And straight from the off, it must be said, after what happened in Malaysia last week, some races this year will have 6 genuine contenders for victory. Not at every track, but here in Japan with the aero package oh so important, Red Bull can target even another win. Oh, and lest we forget, rain is expected to fall, and we've all seen by now how amazingly competitive the Red Bull machines are on drenched tarmac. Mercedes should theoretically have the upper hand over Ferrari, with the temperatures in Suzuka expected to be much cooler than in Sepang. Couple that with the fast sweeping turns of the Japanese track and the Mercs should be the fastest package. As for Ferrari, well, at least they will not need a new gearbox for Vettel after this. The red team will pray for some rain. Not only because this would even the playing field even more, but also from a championship point of view. If not only Raikkonen but also the Red Bulls can finish in front of Hamilton, which is not that far-fetched right now, that would work a treat for Vettel's title ambitions. Elsewhere, I'm expecting Force India and Renault to score solid points, while Toro Rosso, Williams and even McLaren can hope for a top 10 finish. Now, how about some drinking rules? After the rather hardcore ones for Malaysia, this time around let's take it a bit more easily. Take 1 sip for every pit stop and team radio, 2 sips for every overtake, and down your drink if it starts raining and the safety car is dispatched. Right, with all that said, let's see who can score points this Sunday. In 10th place, Fernando Alonso. The spirit of the samurai should be strong with McLaren. Not only because they now have consecutive P7 finishes at the last 2 Grand Prix, but more importantly, that chassis should work a treat around Suzuka. 9th, Nico Hülkenberg. After his gamble too far in Malaysia with that very early pit stop, Renault and the Hulk will do everything to rectify that error here. Should be a good one for the French team. P8 and 7, the Force Indias of Ocon and Perez with the Mexican in front. Oh yeah, come on! I want to see a genuine scrap between these two. In the early part of the season, Ocon was more often than not a match for Perez, but since Belgium, not so much. Show more spirit, Junior. In 6th, Daniel Ricciardo, and it is with a heavy heart I'm saying this. Ricky is the spiritual successor of Alain Prost with a touch of Jenson Button added into the mix. In theory, he should perform majestic at Suzuka, but there simply are faster cars on track at the moment. Oh, and his teammate. He too is slightly faster than the Aussie at the moment. 5th place, Kimi Raikkonen. Again, just like in Daniel's case, there are some faster racers around right now. If he can have a decent qualifying and good start, he might aim for a podium here, although somehow I expect Verstappen and Ricciardo to give him a hard time. P4, Max Verstappen. Here he is, the victor from Malaysia. If it rains, he will challenge for the win yet again. If it doesn't, he will target a P4 at best. In any scenario, he'll be just a joy to watch in the fast sweeps of Suzuka. Opening the podium in 3rd, Valtteri Bottas. After his rather crappy showing last week, this time anything other result than a podium would be considered very poor. Mercedes won't shy from using Valtteri to slow the other cars too if Hamilton might need this extra bit of help. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd place. Not quite, Seb. Not quite. Not here. As much as the Ferrari machine is the more consistent one, it still isn't the overall fastest. If Mercedes bring their A game here as they should, there can only be one winner. Yes, the last 2 races were unbelievably fruitful for the championship leader, but they were also extremely circumstantial. This weekend, if the track stays dry, it should be a walk in the park for Lewis. If it rains, he will have more of a battle on his hands, but should emerge victorious nevertheless. Pole position should also be Hamilton's. If there's one cram of comfort for the Mercs to take from Sepang, it's that their Q3 engine mode is still OP, and Hamilton still is the king of qualifying. Bish bash bosh, those are my predictions for this year's Japanese Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching, Let me know in the comments below what do you think will happen at this race. Like and share this to your Formula 1 buddies. If you're new around here, please do subscribe for more F1 content. I've been Chip from the Digital Grandstand. You can find me on Twitter at chip_DGS, and I'll chat to you again very soon.